Welcome to a brand new segment which I like to call the Young Turks comment section. Now listen, I'm just like you. I'm wondering, when did everybody lose their mind and sense of reason? I didn't know there was so many dumb people in the world. I mean, there has to be some sort of explanation for just the complete lack of intelligence quotient that exists in the world today. And there's no better pool that you can draw from of this level of stupidity than the Young Turks. That and maybe Occupy Democrats. But the Young Turks, man, they really, boy, they've got some winners following them. Let's have a look real quick. This is just off of my page. I follow them just for shits and giggles, just so I can read these comment sections and just be blown away by, God, it's like, God, what are you people talking about? But here, follow me on this journey here, and we'll have a look here. What do we got here? This is the new Young Turks was live. Looks like 21 hours ago. I don't know why it just showed up in my feed. But let's see here. The Army rolls to Baltimore. Now, I'm not going to play this section of Chunky, what's his name? Chunk, whatever his name is, Felix Unger, whatever his name is. He's reaching out to his fan base, and he's saying, come to Baltimore and come door knocking with us because we're going to get the money out of politics. Hey, brother, I've got some really bad news for you. You don't have anything left. There's nothing left. You had better double down on the money because unless you buy your way into an election, you're not getting in. All right? But this is another thing about this is that he's encouraging his people, come to Baltimore and come door knocking with us. Man, we're going to get the word out about this new senator that we want in office. So please, Young Turks fans, please go to Baltimore. Please go to Baltimore. Knock on all the doors. You're going to meet a bunch of wonderful people that are going to open their arms and just embrace your loving nature, your enlightened sensibilities, your highly educated selves. Please go to Baltimore at the urging of St. Younger, chunky Armenian genocide denying, chunk. But anyways, that's not what the show is about. The show is about the comments, so let's get back into it, shall we? Let's have a look here. Occupy human rights. All right, now let's read this together, shall we? Sank. Hope you and the rest of the Young Turks wolf pack. Right? Oh, and by the way, I love it. I love it that you're referring to yourselves as the wolf pack. Right? That's when I served in the United States Marine Corps, I was with 3rd Light Armored Reconnaissance, and that's they're out of 29 Palms, and there's 3 different LARs, Light Armored Reconnaissance. We were the 3rd, and we were called Wolfpack, right? There's in other branches of the military. There's units that refer to themselves as the Wolfpack. That's a very military term. So I'm very happy that you soyed out, pink-haired, pussy hat wearing, bike lock smashing liberals are taking military terms and espousing those things. Anyways, let's read. Sank Hobiu and the rest of the Young Turks wolf pack finds the nearest immigration detention center. Hold on one second here. And raise hell. The administration is downright evil incarnate. And we all know it. Challenging 45. That would be President Donald J. Trump. Challenge 45 to come visit the family members who've been torn apart by our so-called government. Shame, shame, shame. We demand human treatment for the strangers at our country's doorstep. Silence is complicity. Yes, occupy human rights. Yes, it is. Silence is complicity. And this is exactly why nobody's listening to you. Do you understand that this has been going on for decades? That the Democrats have been profiting from this? You people were silent as Barack Obama caged those kids. Did you see the conditions that those kids were caged in? By the way, those conditions have improved since Donald J. Trump took over. And you were silent as that happened. Silenced. You were silenced by your own racism. You let Barack Obama off of the hook and didn't say a word because of the color of his skin. That is the very definition of racist. Only it's a little bit different than some toothless bastard in Mississippi carrying a Confederate flag. Your racism actually harmed families, endangered children. It hurt people. You were silent because you didn't want your friends at the coffee shop calling you a racist. That is racist, and your racism is dangerous. It actually hurts people. So let's think about that for a second as you talk about silence is complicity. Yes, it is. And you were silent the entire time. And you folks over there on the Young Turks, you don't like it when people like me throw that back in your face, that your guy did it too. It's called Me Tooism, and it's not right. You're absolutely right. And that's why Republicans right now are working on that very solution. It's called building the wall. Don't let people in. Don't let people use their children as a method of coming into our country illegally, because when they get here, they've broken the law. And anytime somebody breaks the law, it doesn't matter if they're single or married or have kids or whatever, when you break the law, you go to jail. You get separated from your family. Your solution, on the other hand, is just to bitch and moan about it and keep your mouth shut when it's your people who do it. You want us to clean up our end of the house? I'll tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Why don't you clean up yours? Why don't you clean up your house? Clean up the Democratic Party, who, by the way, committed a crime against Bernie Sanders and stole the vote away from him. But you people say nothing about that. You just piss and moan that Hillary didn't win and Donald Trump did. Donald Trump, who, by the way, you loved him when he was a Democrat. So yeah, you know what? Silence is complicity. And shame on you. Shame on you for allowing Barack Obama to cage those children and sell them off. By the way, those 1,500 children that are missing? That happened on your watch, you sons of bitches. So that was this episode. I just wanted to read that one. I could do this all. I'll tell you what. Let's go back to the screen. Let's just solidarity from Oregon. Yeah. This is another thing about liberals that I love. They believe that if they feel real strongly in their little cockles, in their little heart cockles, that it actually helps something, right? Like, why don't you get up off your ass and go to Baltimore and get mugged and shot? Blue, take America back. Yeah. Why don't you take America back? How was your blue wave in California in the primaries, dum-dum? Oh, what was it? 19% voter turnout. Okay, let's read this. Now, I haven't read this, so just give me a second here. Let's read it. Let's read it together. Come on, Maryland. Don't let our democracy fall to the evil currently trying to usurp our freedom and values. Trying to usurp your freedom and values, huh? How? How are your freedoms being usurped, right? Because nobody's going to let you take away my freedom of speech, right? Because we're not going to let you bash people in the head with bike locks. What freedom, sir, or sorry, ma'am, sir, what freedoms are you losing, right? What do you? These people are like. They'll say things like that, but when you ask them questions like, "Well, what do you mean by that? What freedoms do you feel are being taken away from my freedom to have other people pay for my health care?" Well, you are you a constitutional lawyer? Like, do you have a case to make, or is there, or somebody who like many times on this page, you'll see people talking about impeachment. It's like, okay, do you know what that word means? Because I do a lot of shit posting on these things where, like, I'll just ask people, like, what do you mean by impeachment? What does that mean? It's like, oh, that's where we get rid of the president. It's like, no, that's not what that word means. Bill Clinton was impeached, but he was not removed from office, was he? Oh, he wasn't impeached. It's like, no, the thing that you're using as a definition of that word impeachment, like, it's wrong. That's not what that word means. So, anyways, I could go on and on. On the next episode, I'll pick one that wasn't a live chat, so I don't have to scroll through all the hearts and hand clappy signals and all that. But That was this episode of the Young Turks comment section. I hope you liked it. If you did like it, go ahead and hit subscribe, hit the like button, share it with your friends, put it on your Twitter, your Pinterest, your Instagram, your Facebook, all that stuff, man. Let's have some fun with these people. Talk to you next time.